This is your Weather Xtreme video for Sunday, May the 28th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and you may have awakened during the early morning hours to some thunderstorms that, yes, were not in the forecast yesterday. We had an unusual situation. We'll talk about it a little bit here coming up. Satellite image this morning shows that we have a good deal of clouds, especially over about the northern two-thirds of the southeastern United States. All of those clouds thanks to a number of showers and thunderstorms that are occurring over the southeastern U.S. We still have the front off to our northwest, so it hasn't come through yet, and it's not likely to actually come through. It's actually going to pretty much stall out. In the upper atmosphere, we're still under a weak ridge over the eastern part of the country, but that's slowly being beaten down by the trough that is going to establish some troughiness over the eastern part of the country for the next several days. Temperatures this morning generally in the 60s across the area. It is a little bit warmer to the south of the rain area. And the satellite image shows this fine line that extends from the vicinity of Atlanta across just south of Birmingham and south of Tuscaloosa over into Mississippi. That line looked a lot more ferocious during the early morning hours this morning, around 2:30 to 4:30 or so, and indeed prompted severe thunderstorm watches as well as a number of severe thunderstorm warnings over the area. The line certainly much less now, and we have this big, huge, complex mesoscale convective system centered around Memphis. The watch warning map is somewhat clear this morning. We do have some flood advisories over southern Missouri, the green areas. The dark green in West Virginia is still flash flood watches. You can see some sort of rose colors in Georgia and parts of Mississippi and Arkansas. Those are the remnants of the severe thunderstorm watches that were posted overnight, and the bright pink areas are high fire danger. The QPF forecast is suggesting that we'll have probably between about 1 and 1.5 inches of rain over a good portion of central and north Alabama over the next week. That is not going to come as widespread rain. It's going to come mostly as showers. And as you can see from the drought index has really changed a lot, with a good portion of Alabama, about 78%, out of the drought. But of course, we are about to enter the period of time where we have mostly showers, so we can use all the widespread rain and all the heavy showers we can get right now. Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk from northwest Alabama back across Shreveport and northern Louisiana back into the eastern part of Texas for day one. For Memorial Day, there's a slight risk that extends from southeast Mississippi across a good portion of central Alabama and south Alabama, and then across parts of Georgia and into the Carolinas on day two. The slight risk area basically is looking for damaging wind and large hail, and primarily coming with the assistance and aid of the afternoon heating. Day three, no slight risk areas, but a couple of marginal risks, one over Pennsylvania and New York, one over the southeastern U.S., Georgia and the Carolina coastline, and then one over parts of northeastern Kansas. All right, the 060 GFS model run this morning, and the GFS is just out to lunch, basically. It never did pick up on this yesterday. And as a matter of fact, the HRR, 3 R's, HRRR, that picked up on the settlement of the showers and thunderstorms into north central Alabama very well, starting during the late morning yesterday. But it was not there yesterday morning when I did the forecast. All right, so basically the showers and thunderstorms today across the area. For Monday, we see the upper air pattern is coming into a bit of a troughiness over about the eastern third of the country, or maybe even the eastern half of the country. And what that means is that the front will be settling down into our area as the surface low goes up into southern Canada, and the surface front swings out towards New England and the mid-Atlantic states, but it's going to drag across the southeastern U.S. with no real push to get it to come our way. And Cape values, I don't have a chart for this, but Cape values are around 1,500 to 1,800 or so, and that's part of the reason for the outlook for severe storms. The troughiness stays with us, kind of a broad trough on Tuesday, but it stays with us, and so the front has nowhere to go, so the frontal zone is basically there, and I think Monday and Tuesday are both going to be the best days. Not expecting severe weather on Tuesday like we are on Monday. The troughiness begins to wane as it gradually moves out towards the mid-Atlantic states on Wednesday, But we have a moist atmosphere in place, so the result is we're just not going to see anything but just scattered showers in our forecast. We see a bit of a ridge on Thursday, and once again, the moisture is still there, trapped at the surface, so we're just not going to see it go anywhere. As a matter of fact, there's a look at precipitable water values, and you can see over Alabama, we have values that range from about 1.7 to about 2.0, so fairly high values. Friday, the ridge a little more prevalent, but we do have some weak disturbances. You see one there over north central Oklahoma. So those are going to help to enhance showers and thunderstorms. And basically, it's just moist. So the afternoon heating is likely to generate showers and thunderstorms. The ridging stays with us on Saturday. And again, just showers and thunderstorms, a possibility. No all-day rains. By Sunday, the pattern flattening a little bit as we get these little weak disturbances that are moving through the flow that will help to enhance showers and thunderstorms. You can see one enhancing a low-pressure area over the central Illinois and Indiana area on Sunday. Looking out into voodoo country, the GFS, as is typically the case, has made quite a change. We now have a fairly substantial closed low and trough over the central Mississippi River Valley on Wednesday. So that spells a little more rain and showers for the eastern half of the country. That moves on fairly quickly by the 9th of June. It's approaching the mid-Atlantic states. And then by the time we get out to the end of the period, around the 12th of June, we've got a pretty flat period. But I do note a bit of a troughiness over the northern Gulf of Mexico, extending from the Alabama-Georgia line down into the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. Could that spell some mischief? We'll see. You know how it is with voodoo country. Here today, gone tomorrow. That'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this morning. Expect James Spann back in the saddle on Monday. Probably a one video and then some notes on the blog since it's a holiday. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great day. Stay dry and Godspeed.